Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live for this October 10th, Friday. TGIF, everybody. You made it to the end of the week. Congratulations. Congratulations, you made it. This is episode 182. This is Rants About Tech Live, where we talk about today's tech news. We got there. This is where we talk about today's tech news. We talk about today's eInk news as well. I'm here in sunny Philadelphia, where it's not going to be sunny all day, I don't think. It's not looking like the sun's going to hold up, so I'm hoping you're having better weather where you are in the world today. I'm here with some of my good friends in the chat. I appreciate you guys for being here. We got Dr. Ling here, and we got Aaron as well. Public apology to Aaron. I got to publicly apologize to Aaron. I totally dropped the ball on our meeting the other day, so I apologize, Aaron. The next meeting, we're going to get it done, bro. We're going to get it done. My bad. I'm terrible. I know it. I just get locked into certain things, and I get tunnel vision, and my bad. But we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it happen. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. We're gonna talk about some Google stuff today. We're gonna talk about some Copilot stuff today. I think Aaron's favorite AI chat bot is Copilot from Microsoft, if I'm not mistaken. I think we talked about that a couple times on the live. So we got some Copilot news to talk about today. We also have some the alarming news from my favorite chatbot, which is Gemini. But first, let me do something real quick. We're used to dealing with natural light in here for the live show, so we can't have the artificial light, and it makes my head look weird. So we had to do something about that. All right, so moving on to the show here. What else we got? Let's go into the holidays, which we normally do for the show, just to kind of signify a daily show, talking about today's holiday specifically. We got World Mental Health Day. We talked about some mental health stuff earlier in the week too. So I had some links in my show for the last two shows to help people who are dealing with mental health issues in this time of the year when it's starting to get cold, a lot less sun. Got holidays, things like that. So I had some things down in my description for that. So if you want that information, you check out you hit the replays on my last lives and you check it out. We're trying to help everybody here. World Homeless Day. Now, this was interesting because I had just watched a documentary the other day. How's it going, BM? Bam. How's it going, sir? Thanks for joining. I watched a documentary the other day talking about, well, not a doc. I said a documentary. It was a TikTok. Why am I calling TikToks documentaries? I don't know. But I was watching a TikTok and this guy was talking about things that are put places to keep homeless people from being places. Like those little bars on benches that you think are for your arm. You think it's an armrest in that park bench, don't you? I know you did. I did too for a little while. That's to keep homeless people from laying there, right? The spikes that are on the ends of certain monument grounds keep homeless people from sleeping there. Those little metal things on curbs when you go out in public and you go to like artsy places and they got those metal things on the curbs, those are meant to keep skaters from grinding on them. So there are lots of things that, like, I don't know. I saw the homeless day and I thought, oh, I just saw a homeless thing teaching me something about how people go about doing things like that. Now, whether that's good or bad, I don't know, man. But the point of the matter is it's a thing. National Angel Food Cake Day. I don't do angel food cake. So, if you do, enjoy some angel food cake today. All right, those are the international national holidays I thought were interesting today. Let's move on to the chat group here. Yes, I use Copilot. It's gotten better over the last few years, says Aaron. Yeah, it's going to get even better. We got some news talking about how it's going to actually get better. So stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and get to the tech news, shall we? Actually, before we get to the tech news, I gotta talk about some Randos stuff here. So we did a live stream yesterday, and during that live stream yesterday, we did a switch over from public to a members only live stream. That did not go well, so I'm gonna talk about that experience here so I can put this in a video for everyone to know eventually. So yesterday's public to members only live stream test. What didn't I like? So the things I didn't like is I didn't like the overall experience of it. It was kind of harsh. The live chat wasn't available, so there's no, you can see the live chat. You can see the live chat like right here, but the live chat was not available during that whole switchover. So I didn't like that. The tools, there weren't as many tools, right? So I didn't have as many tools available to me to do things. Other people couldn't do things that they would normally be able to do during a public live stream as well, as far as the chat members go. So the experience wasn't all that good. The switchover wasn't as seamless as I would have liked it to be. That was another thing. So it created a whole new live stream. So it went from a public live stream to a members only live stream. But during that switchover, it created a whole new live stream. The metrics are all brand new. The chat that we had accumulated over the course of the public side of the live stream, that was gone. So it wasn't a seamless switch over as far as I'm concerned. The description of the video remained the same, but the metrics were for a new live stream, like I just mentioned. So that was just kind of a little bit jarring. A lot of people in the chat didn't get a seamless transition either to the members only live stream. Though my experience wasn't seamless, some people got a seamless experience in the chat. Some people didn't get a seamless experience in the chat. So it was a mixed bag. It was a very mixed bag. I didn't personally like it. I don't think the people who went through the experience with me liked it very much. And it kind of shut people out, which is an aspect of it I didn't really anticipate. I just was thinking, oh, let's just try this tool out. But yeah, it wasn't very good. I could have done without it for sure. I definitely could have done without it. All right, let's go ahead and get to the tech news. The first thing we got here is going to be talking about what do we got here? Oh, why did I leave the Google story? Oh, that did. All right. Why did I leave the Google story up here first? Oh boy. Let's just get the Google story out of the way first. I don't know why it's first in my list right here, but it is. All right, so the first thing we got on the list right here is going to be Google. So we got Google Gemini susceptible to cyber attacks. And what that basically means is it's not technically a cyber attack, I guess, but that's the best way I could explain it. So let's go through this story here. According to Bleeping Computer Security Research, Victor Markopoulos, let's try that again. Victor Markopoulos. That is hold on, let me just show you this guy's name here. Where's Victor? Oh, Victor, where are you? There he is. Victor Markopoulos. Markopoulos. Okay, I'm moving on. I tried it. I gave it my best shot. Victor tested some of the most popular LLMs against ASCII smuggling attacks. So Victor also found that Gemini, DeepSeek, and Grok were susceptible to this type of cyber attack. However, Claude, ChatGPT, and Copilot had protections provided against these kind of cyber attacks. Now, I mentioned that because my thing is if Claude and ChatGPT can protect against this, why wouldn't Gemini protect against it? It's one of the biggest AI models out. So that was very confusing to me. But we'll talk about some of the things that might make it less confusing. So the ASCII smuggling involves hiding a prompt in an AI chatbot for an AI chatbot to read. For example, the bad actor could write a secret prompt in an email or on a website in the smallest font available so you wouldn't be able to see it, or in white on a white background so you wouldn't be able to see it, making it invisible to the user. If the victims were to ask an AI tool like Gemini to summarize the text in the email or on that particular website, the AI would also read the covert prompt that's embedded in that particular space. There are a few reasons why something like this will be problematic. For example, the prompt could tell the AI to not reveal that it's a covert message within the document that it's reading or within the email that it's reading. It could search your inbox for sensitive information and have code to send contact details to the person who embedded that particular message. Best practices. My thing is this. This is why I think Google isn't responding by shoring this up, because they've gone on record as saying that this isn't a security issue for them. This is more of a user end issue. And I think the reason why they're saying this is because if you're going to go to a site that's questionable, right? It's a suspect site. then you should be taking precautions. And I think if you're there, you know that. And if you don't know that, you're going to be susceptible to all kinds of attacks, the least of which would be this kind of attack for summarizing a page. And again, this only happens when you ask the AI to summarize what's happening, because then it reads what's on the page, and then it could read code or text that's there that you can't see. So if you're taking precautions like you should be with email and suspect sites, I don't think you have to worry about this, because like I said, if you're already on a suspect site, or if you're not taking precautions when opening emails, you're going to be susceptible to all kind of attacks anyway. This is just another one of those attacks. So just, I guess, take care. Use best practices, like don't open emails that are from suspicious sources. Don't go to suspect sites. And if you do, take the necessary precautions, like I think most people would do in those situations. Christina Ray, how's it going? Thanks for joining. I think YouTube treats it as a new live, says Aaron. Speaking about the live stream that we did, they do consider it a new live, but what's weird is, what's weird about that situation is that when we switched over to the members only, the title of the live remained the same, which means the live stream number remained the same, the description remained the same, the details, the stats for the live were wiped. So the description was all the same. It's weird. It created a whole new live with the same description. That's one of the things I didn't like about it too. And I'm pretty sure a lot of creators are not going to like that, because that creates a naming issue, where you got multiple lives named the same thing. Not good. Definitely happy Friday, you guys. I hope you guys are doing something. If you guys are doing something exciting this weekend, throw it in the chat. We'll talk about it. What else we got here? The next story we got up to talk about is going to be Microsoft Copilot updates. So let's take a look here. So Microsoft Copilot updates are happening, and there's two particular updates that we can talk about for Microsoft Copilot here. One of those is going to be about their ability, Microsoft's Copilot ability to tap into a lot of other document creation tools. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Microsoft recently announced that it started rolling out a new update for its Copilot app on Windows 11. This update includes connectors and document creation. So the connectors are going to connect you to different apps and different, different sources, and the document creation is going to be able to just create documents for you using natural language. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the details here. This will allow users to connect to personal services on the platform. This includes OneDrive, Outlook, including email, contacts, and calendar, Google Drive, Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Contacts. This way, users will be able to easily retrieve relevant information and content across multiple accounts through natural language search. And that's the beautiful part about this, using AI for search, is that you can use natural language to do this, and it will theoretically know what you're trying to say and kind of reference that. The new feature isn't exclusive to Microsoft accounts, so you can link third-party accounts to Copilot as well. So I'm thinking, if you have a Gmail account, you can just connect your Gmail account to Copilot. Not available to everyone right away. Will roll out to everyone over time, starting with Windows insiders. So if you don't have this right away, you're not an insider. But this will eventually roll out to everyone. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking for trying out some new tricks. I like document creation tools. If it can, again, like we were talking about on yesterday's show, with the young lady who was trying to do a court's appeal using AI, and she actually won her appeal. A lot of what she was doing was getting things formatted in a way that it had to be formatted for the courts. And if you can just have it natural language way of creating those kinds of documents, or at least getting formatting, a framework for that document, well, that's awesome. And I like that idea. The next thing we got here for Copilot that's being added is Microsoft is partnering with Harvard Medical School to enhance Copilot AI, enhance the AI Copilot assistant with health content as part of a broader effort to reduce its dependence on ChatGPT maker OpenAI, says the Wall Street Journal, and as they reported on Wednesday. This this report basically states that it's a major update for Copilot. No one's talking about the actual details. So Reuters has reached out to Microsoft and Harvard about the particulars, and no one's really talking about the details. And people are thinking this is just about Microsoft not being totally reliant on OpenAI. I think it could be that too, but I think this is definitely them trying to say, hey, people are already using AI as a health advisor, you know what I mean? Why not try to get out ahead of that, especially since Bill Gates is really big into, he's very altruistic towards the health community and putting a lot of money into health research. So, I mean, he's not the head of Microsoft anymore, but I'm pretty sure he has some pull there. And this kind of aligns with his vision for healthcare. So I think this is good. And it's going to be great that someone is trying to look at healthcare in this way. And now Microsoft isn't the only company doing this, but they're probably the biggest company doing it. Like I said, no one is commenting on this story, but I assume we will know more when Copilot drops. And this is supposed to drop this month. So what do we got here? Copilot is scheduled to release as soon as this month and will be the first to reflect a new collaboration between Microsoft and Harvard Medical School. So yeah, this should be dropping this month. So we should have more information about this before the month ends. And yeah, I'll let you guys know what I find out about it, if anything else pops up. Next we have, what else we got? Renewed UK user data requests. Now, I'm not sure what you guys know about, the UK user data request that happened last January when the UK was basically trying to solicit data from Apple. But Apple doesn't even have access to user data because user data is encrypted. And Apple's really big on security in that way. So when the request was made, Apple was basically like, no, we're not creating a backdoor so you can have access to user data. And that was kind of shot down through the court system as Apple took them to task for that request. Here we are in October, and we have another attempt by the UK to gain access to encrypted user data. All right, so on Wednesday, the British newspaper reported that the UK Home Office sent an order to Apple earlier in September requesting that the tech giant create a system to let officials create or access encrypted cloud backups of British citizens. So this is just another request, like I said, like the previous request, but this time they only sent the request out for British citizens. And that was where they messed up last time. So they messed up last time by wanting to include everyone in this data request, right? But now they're just saying we only want data or user data for British citizens. That may or may not help their plight in this, but it's definitely a step in the right direction if that's where they're trying to go with it, because it was never going to happen for everybody, but it may just happen for British citizens. But my thing is this. I think enough people think that weakening encryption anywhere is weakening encryption everywhere. So if we allow this in Great Britain, if we allow this for British citizens, then what about British citizens that have contact with U.S. citizens, which have contact with Canadian citizens? Now everyone's data is at risk. But this is where we're at. I'll definitely keep an eye on this because it's super interesting, and I'll let you guys know if anything comes of it. And those were the tech stories of the day, or the big ones for me anyway. TK Google is trying to get over CVE 2005. Is that a particular law, or is that a particular program there, BM? All right, so now talking about some of the eInk stuff we have on the show today, and that's going to be talking about Vladimire's MontBlanc experience. Let's take a look here. So Vladimire is one of my friends there who also does YouTube content, and he recently went to a MontBlanc store, and I don't know why Philly's getting crapped on with these experiences, because there's no MontBlanc store close to Philly, and the only one that is close to Philly is not even a MontBlanc store. It's a MontBlanc affiliated store, so a store that's a different brand, but they also sell MontBlanc stuff. But anyway, he went to a MontBlanc store to get an experience or have an experience with the particular tablet on site to see what he thought about it, to give his impressions of it. I linked the video the link to the video in the description of this video. So if you want to see that, definitely check it out. A very good watch. I liked his takes on that. He's an artist, and he likes to draw, so he's drawing on it, giving his impressions on the drawing quality of it. He liked it a lot. I recognize that he said that there were no layers on this particular device, though. Yeah, that's a huge miss. So more information about what this device does have and doesn't have, and what it can and can't do, is coming out, and I think it's very interesting. But the writing experience is really good, and I do like the perspective that Vlad brings, and this is why I like getting as many people's perspective on things as possible, because your perspective is going to be different from a lot of people, and it's maybe everyone's perspective depending on what your experiences have been. And Vlad unearthed a couple of pieces of information about this device that I didn't know. One of those things being the tie-in between their fountain pen thickness, or fountain pen nib thickness, and hardness, to how the line quality of those fountain pen draws, and how that's directly correlated to the line thicknesses that they chose for their tablet, and how they correlate to the actual fountain pens. I thought that was a very interesting tie-in between the digital and the analog world, right? That meant a lot to me. Now it doesn't make that $900 difference to me, but it's starting. This device is starting to take shape to me in my mind. Like, why does it exist? I'm starting to see and understand that as more information like this comes out about the device. There's another tidbit that was less useful for me, but it was interesting nonetheless. Is that the three bands on the pen were meant to represent the three investors for the company. I don't know how true that is, but that's what the guy said, and it seems interesting and valid. So yeah, good on him. I really did enjoy the video. I got a lot of information that I don't think a lot of other people are talking about and have mentioned, and probably wouldn't think about, which is why getting so many perspectives is good, because you get all of these little bitty tidbits that a lot of people may not see or might not even care about, but Vlad does, and he's servicing those tidbits for other people who cares about those. I'm one of those people. I thought it was very good. Aaron says, I think that Vladimire and Jeff's videos are great takes on the tablet. I don't think it's as bad as some have said it is. It's not worth the price, but I would buy the tablet. Yeah, I don't think it's worth the $900, but coming from MontBlanc, it almost has to be crazy expensive, just because they don't sell anything cheap, and they have to kind of keep that up regardless of what it actually costs them to make it. They would not be making a cheap tablet no matter what, or even a decently priced tablet. It's going to be expensive no matter what they do. So little bitty tidbits. Yep. I like those, Dr. Ling. I absolutely like little bitty tidbits like that. And you don't get those when you're just sticking to the mainstream stuff. Like, those things come out when you're watching a lot of stuff, and people are bringing their different perspectives to it. Oh my, Dr. Lang. Oh boy. Glad Mr. Mike isn't here to see that. All right, so moving on, we have Jeff's video as well. Now, this is pretty cool. This was pretty cool, and I thought it was a pretty interesting intro. Now, Jeff with a mustache is just hilarious. I had to watch that off the top. I haven't seen the whole video, so I can't comment on the whole thing. I saw this right before I started doing my notes for the live stream today. So I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I will. But one thing I did see that I thought was hilarious is, I don't know if you guys know who Birdman is, but when Jeff did the Birdman hand rub, I almost lost it. Hold on, I gotta show you. All right, so let me show you the Birdman hand rub. This is Birdman, and this is the Birdman hand rub. Okay, there's a whole bunch of varieties as we can see here of the Birdman hand rub. But this dude is notorious for doing the hand rub. So when I saw Jeff's video and Jeff did this, I almost lost it. Hold on, chat. Yeah, I almost lost it when I saw Jeff do this.
Let's get down to business.
Jeff pulled out the Birdman hand rub on him. Yo. Let's see that again. Let's see it again, chat. Oh my God. Jeff killed it with the Birdman hand rub. There you go, Jeff. Let's do it.
Let's take a
Oh my God, that was so hilarious. Oh my God, that was chat. That was hilarious. I know Jeff has no clue who Birdman is, aka Baby. I know he don't. But that hand rub, that told you everything you needed to know. That was worth waking up in the morning for right there. That's worth the price of admission. I got that video also linked in the description if you guys want to go see Jeff's video. It's down there. It's his final video on the Mont Blanc. It's gonna be You think he knows who Harvey Birdman attorney at law is? No, absolutely not. Jeff had no idea what he was doing, but he was effectively doing the Birdman hand rub. Okay, I don't want any mistakes to go out about that. He was definitely doing the Birdman hand rub. But I gotta see the rest of the video now. Good. Listen, good. Hold on, get the air horns going for Jeff.
On that, it'll damage it.
Jeff, listen.
You can only do it on super note.
You killed the Birdman hand rub, Jeff. You killed it. You killed it. All right. Let's get here. All right, let's check out eInk Reddit here. What do we got? What do we got eInk Reddit to round out the show here with? Anybody say anything crazy today? Is there a way to disable infinite scrolling? No. Good eInk device for note-taking and reading? Oh, what do we think, chat? I think good eInk device for note-taking and reading. Oh, I mean, go get a 10.3, be happy. You get a good deal, it's a good price, especially right now. What do we got here? I don't know what that is. Am I missing something? I've been looking looking at getting a super note since 2022. I ended up going with another device instead. That device has been fine for the most part, but I kept being drawn to super note. The main draws for me are the nice pen, sustainability aspect, and form factor. I keep hearing how amazing the writing feel is, so I ordered a Nomad and a harder metal pen. For the most part, I love it. There are definitely some things that take getting used to, but overall, it has been great. Where I am confused is the writing experience. To me, it feels like the screens on old card signature terminals or something like that. It isn't necessarily bad, just different. I don't get the ballpoint pen or a notepad feel I hear about. It is like it has an orange peel surface that is slightly textured, but still soft. Let's take a look at more of this. But still semi-soft. I also apparently use a light hand when writing because I'm constantly having missed strokes. It doesn't always pick up the first part of my stroke. If I press harder, it works though. Sitting on wood desk with no magnets around. Is there a break-in period on the screen that it changes over time? I'm afraid by pressing harder to register the pen that it would damage the screen. There is a wear-in period on the Super Note screens. There is a wear-in period, so it's not going to feel the same week 2 and week 3 as it did the first week of using it, in my opinion. There is a wear-in period. To a lesser degree, other eInk devices as well. There was a wear-in period to my Go 10.3 when I got it. It only lasted like a day or two though, and then it was fine. But the wear-in period for the Super Note devices to me is a little bit longer. Disabling infinite scrolling is crazy. I know. Why would you want to do that? That's one of the reasons you get the Super Note platform. This is why it's important for reviewers should be open-minded when showing their tech. I think one of these creators was more upset about not receiving the Mont Blanc to review, so he trashed it, in my opinion. Oh, best note taker and reader might be the Scribe if you don't need a lot of tools. That might be you might be right about that. Listen, I'm wholeheartedly thinking about changing my opinion on that, on the best reader, the best note taker and reader combined. The Scribe could take that title. Honestly, the Scribe could definitely take that title of being, I mean, even though Onyx is going to have way more tools, well, never mind. Okay, tools win. Never mind, tools win. I'm going to say it. While Supernote is good, it's a little overrated. Supernote gives you a feeling. You know how I equate this? The Supernote is like if I'm talking about movies, and why would I be talking about movies in eInk devices? I don't know, but we're gonna do it anyway. The Supernote to me is like a British film. I don't know why I feel that way. I feel like it's a good British comedy. It ain't even got to be a comedy, but typically British films they're packed with witty comedy. So I mean, they're all comedies to me. They're super witty, and it's just they're like British comedies are clever. They're witty. They're like they're not for everybody, right? But for people who enjoy that's their jam. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about the Supernote. I don't have a movie equation for other devices. I don't know why that pops into my head with the Supernote, but ever since I've been dealing with the Supernote, a good British movie just keeps popping into my head. And I'm a British film fan, so I mean, I don't know why that happens, but yeah. The Supernote hardware definitely comes in last, absolutely. But overrated is a strong opinion. Yeah, I don't know if it's overrated, but and by who? Like who is that strong on the Supernote that they're like, this is the best? I don't know anyone who says Supernote is the best. I do know one person. But yeah, let's go back over here. What do we got here? Yeah, you're missing something. I think the thing here is there is a break-in period to the Supernote screens, but also there is a period where you learn indexing, right? Because this is the superpower of the Supernote. The superpower of the Supernote is indexing, in my opinion. The screen is nice, especially if you got the Mobius on the Manta. It's nice. The writing film is nice, but like at this point, I don't prefer it over, say. All right, so I'll say this. I'm gonna go ahead and say this too. I preferred the Supernote writing experience when I thought the only device I could use ceramic on was the Supernote. But once I opened myself up to using ceramic on other devices, I realized I liked the ceramic feel on the Go 10.3 for the writing experience way better. I don't know why. I don't know if I should. But the Go 10.3 combination with ceramic nib, no matter what kind of ceramic you got, is the bee's knees to me. That is the combo. It feels... Now, does it feel like pen on paper? No. Does it feel like pencil on paper? No. But does it feel good? Absolutely. I love it. It's my go-to. Now, to me, if you want to equate a feeling to a digital feeling to an actual analog feeling, the Remarkable platform, I don't care which device you get, is going to be the best pencil on paper feel you can get. If you're using their stylus with their device, their unfiltered, unfilmed devices, it has the best pencil on paper feel. That's what it feels like to me, especially on the newer devices. Remarkable has the best writing feel. Yeah. I mean, that's debatable for me, but if we're talking about pencil on paper feel, yes, it is the best. Nothing even comes close that I've checked on that. But Remarkable's writing feel is really good because they craft their pen and their surface for a particular feel. I think they're the only ones who've done that. Think about it. Remarkable has a surface that no one in eInk is using. That I know of, the etched glass, mixed with a carbon tipped pen that no one's using. So it's the experience all around is custom, just like the experience for the Supernote is all around custom too, because no one's, well, not anymore because Viwoods is using ceramic now, so the Supernote's not the only one using ceramic. But the overall experience they're two unique experiences. Supernode has cultivated their experience around ceramic and the Feel-Rite 2. Remarkable has cultivated their experience around etched glass and carbon tips. Like it's a really unique experience. Preach nothing. I'll go. Christina Ray says, I like Remarkable 2's writing feel. Undecided about the move. Ooh, yeah, it is different. They're using different tips. They're using a different technique for the writing surface on the Remarkable 2 than they are on the Remarkable Paper Pro devices. So it's definitely a different feel there. Let's see what else we got here. What else we got? Am I missing something? I think we got there already. YouTube announced second chances. Oh, wow. YouTube's giving second chances to terminated channels. That's interesting. What else we got here? SP Mansa versus Viwoods versus AI Note 2. I can't even give credibility to you using the AI Note 2 in your comparison. And then the iPad. No, I definitely will not be reading that. Poor representation of Remarkable Paper Pros at Best Buy. Yeah. That was in Vlad's video too, coincidentally. Table of contents and upcoming software updates. Oh, wow. I don't think so. But that would be cool, right? If Viwoods had a table of contents like it's not, to me, it's not enough to have a table of contents because Boox has a table of contents. They just do it all wrong for me. It's got to be intuitive. It's got to be done intuitively in an efficient way. It can't break your flow. Like, so as long as they do it in an intuitive way, like Supernode does, I think it could be really good. I think they all should have it and implement it in some way. Hard to write with no pen. Whoa, let's look at this. Oh no, no. This is way more interesting right here. What's happening with new Boox models not having Wacom? I haven't been keeping up with Boox lately, but I am in the market to get a 7 or 8-inch reader and was surprised to learn all the new ones don't have Wacom. Is there a reason for this? Do we know? Firstly, now that I've read it, I shouldn't have read it. Firstly, the e-readers typically don't have Wacom. They typically just have digitizers, just like the new ones have. The note takers typically have Wacom, right? But the e-reading devices, they don't have Wacom anyway. So if you were looking for an e-reader, like the whole getting a pen is new for devices, for e-readers, in my opinion, especially because I think the reason is why they're adding them now is because they're so cheap to add now. Like these things already have digitizers in them, which is the only tech you need for the active stylus that they're using. All they have to do now is sell you a pen to use it with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a no-brainer for them. They're making more money. They're selling more peripherals. And if you know anything about the tech world, the accessories and peripherals is where the money is. That's where the real dollars and the margins come from. So yeah, this is just another way to sell you an expensive peripheral that they're making tons of dough off of. So yeah, and they can do it with no cost to themselves because, like I said, the digitizers are already in these devices. It's no extra piece of hardware needed to run it. So yeah, good stuff though. What else we got here? Whoops, wrong one. Anyone benefits from the modular design. It's surprising to see the Supernode has this modular design, but I'm also curious about how many of you have benefited from that. I know Mr. Mike haven't. Mr. Mike has I've heard Mr. Mike grumble about this a few times of how it was so expensive to get something that was modular fixed that it almost made no sense. So I'm not sure, but let's take a look here. How many of you have benefited from that, especially for those who own A6X and A5X? Do you still need to upgrade to Nomad Manta for the better performance? Or they have different chips, so it's going to be different. You just need to pay for a new motherboard or battery. No, that's not that way. So the new devices are not compatible with the old devices as far as the components go, the modular components. You can't swap A5X and A5X2 components. You can swap A5X2 and A6X2 components though. The modular design is only introduced as the X2 models. The X models don't have it. Yeah, there we go. So yeah. Okay, all right. Oh, Mulan responded. Thank you so much for your interest. Our modular design delivers tangible, long-term value by prioritizing longevity over obsolescence, increased repairability, reduced e-waste, sustainability. Listen, Mulan is not missing a beat here. Not missing a beat. All right, what else we got here? Let's see. I'm telling you that the Supernote modular is a little scammy. What? You don't believe that, Aaron. Dr. Ling says, writing field goes remarkable, Supernote, scribe, real pen and paper, then Boox. Dang. Dang. You didn't even add Boox with the with the other ink devices, Dr. Ling. Okay, so Dr. Ling says the remarkable is the let's take a look here. Dr. Ling says the writing field goes remarkable, Supernote, scribe. Do I agree with that? You know what? I would. This is my order. The Go 10.3 has the best writing field with ceramic, then the remarkable, then you know what? It's Go 10.3 with ceramic for me. The Supernote and remarkable to me they're both number 2 because they both offer very unique writing experiences that are very different, and they're gonna vary depending on who you are. So they're number 2 to me. Real pen and paper is at the post office. That's the only place. I don't know about the scribe, so I can't even put the scribe in my list because I don't know about the scribe. I will know about this new one though. I will know about this new one. So we'll see. Especially with the premium, if they come up with a premium pen for that thing, the way you guys talk about the premium pen, yeah, I might want that. Especially the way you guys talk about the premium pen there. I'm just trolling Aaron on his Boox opinion. Yeah. Listen, that was crazy. What else we got here? Let's see if anybody else got anything interesting to say before we get out of here, you guys. Remarkable Pro alternatives. Remarkable Pro Move alternatives. Oh yes, let's end out on this one. This is the perfect one right here. All right. I really like the new Remarkable Pro Move size and screen aspect ratio and the pocketability of the device. It's not pocketable, bro. Just chill out. Chill out on the pocketability. It's not pocketable. What I don't like is definitely the price and the Remarkable software and the lack of apps and ebook. Then what are we talking about then? If you don't like any of that, it's not for you. Oh, okay. My bad. Oh boy. I need to read the title again. It said alternatives because it's definitely not for him. Okay, my bad. Okay, we can continue. Is there any alternatives that are priced a bit lower or maybe same price but more open software? There's nothing like the Remove right now. The only thing like the Remove right now to me, I mean, there are 2 other devices that are in the realm of that size, and that's the Nomad and the Viwoods AI Paper Mini. But to me, those devices aren't as portable. I know Aaron's seething right now. It's just slightly more portable, but more portable. But I could see them being in the same ballpark, say. So the alternatives to the Remove would be Viwoods AI Mini, the Nomad. They both have more do they? Yeah, they both have more tools than Remarkable. They're both less expensive than the Remove. And you can get a lot done with both of them. So, yeah, those are 2 really good options right there. If you're looking at the Remove, you're going to save money and get more options. Hot take, I would take the Mobi Scribe over the Remove. You are lying. That's not a hot take. That's a lie. Rod, did you sort out your Remarkable Paper Pro exchange? No, they haven't. Oh boy. No, they haven't done it for me. They haven't. You know what though? They might have reached out, and I was supposed to check my spam the other day, and I totally forgot. So I'm glad you did it. Because I don't use it as much as the remove, I don't even think about it like that. Because until they change the screen, I don't want to even look at it. Until they change the screen, I want no parts of that. But that's just me. All right. Let's see what they said in the chat here. I don't think there's anything else with that form factor. I said that right off the top too, but just to give some options, we talked about things that were it's vaguely the same size. But I'm sure competitors will come out with similar devices that size proves popular. I love for Boox to make something with this form factor. Onyx won't make anything bigger because I think it'll compromise the Palma. So I don't think Onyx is going to do it. Another company may do it, make something a similar size, maybe smaller bezels that'll make the device overall smaller but same size screen. You know what I mean? So you're not losing any real estate. Because I think literally that's the smallest size you can make a small e-ink thing and it be writable after writing on it. You know what I mean? Because even it starts to feel confined after a time, but then I have to remind myself, okay, this is just something to take quick notes on. Anything smaller than that, I would not even, you know what I mean? I don't know. It would be difficult. The Wave does way more than the remove. It does. Agreed. It just doesn't look as good. And the writing experience ain't as good. Well, yeah. The new Remarkable Paper Pro screen is pretty compatible with the Move in terms of non-yellow tint. That's what I heard. I got a lot of people telling me that the new screens they're getting on their, because they've had to replace their remove for one reason or another, or have it exchanged out for one reason or another. And people are telling me that the screens that they're getting now from Remarkable are better than the screens they were getting before. So, and one person even went so far as to say it's on par with the remove because they're someone who had both devices. So yeah, I think that, now's a good time to buy that Remarkable Paper Pro. If you were ever thinking about doing it, it has the best, like for me, the remove has the best screen in e-ink period. I don't care. I'll argue I'll debate anyone on that point. And I just might. I got a live stream coming up that I just might debate somebody on that point. But, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But they have the best screen. So if they throw that screen in the Remarkable Paper Pro, now the Remarkable Paper Pro has the best screen in e-ink as well. That's a man. Oh, whoa, did it freeze? Are we good? Okay. Oh boy. Listen, I'm almost reaching that limit too. Oh, it's okay now. Good. Ceramic on the Wave makes the writing so much better. I haven't been able to try that, but I would not disagree with you on that, Aaron, for sure. I wouldn't deny that. What else? Voya claims the remove and Remarkable Paper Pro screen is almost the same, so why would they change the screen? It is not even almost the same, Aaron. When Voya does his metrics on the screen, he will see Voya does his metrics on that screen, he will see that that it's not the same. Like I've done the metrics. I haven't published that data yet, but it's not the same screen. It's like, I mean, even just visually, you can look at them and tell they're not the same screen. So, CJ, how's it going? Hi, did I miss to talk about the new Palma announcement for the Chinese market? Only for now. You talked about it yet? I haven't talked about it yet. If you got some information, CJ, let's talk about it. We can do it. I know it was being released yesterday. But it was just for the Chinese market, and I didn't have any, and they didn't release any information about the domestic market. So, but yeah, CJ, I know you have inside information. I think you're my guy on the scene. Let me know what you think. Or if there's a link that you have, drop it down in the Discord. I'll definitely pick it up. Voice metrics on the Move just proves how janky his DAF is. Oh, don't get me started, Dr. Ling. Do not get me started. Yeah, okay, never mind. Once he does the research, and the metrics, yeah, it's not as good. That screen in the Paper Pro is not as good as the Paper Pro Move screen, but I hear that they have changed it over. So kudos to them. Wow. Okay. Dr. Ling, the Voya Hive will get. Yeah, you better calm down. Like we just lost 2 people after you said that. Listen. All right, we out of here. We out of here before people say we're bashing. We're not bashing. We're talking about the facts. Like these are all facts here. So this is all fact-based stuff. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Listen, I thank you guys for this week. It's been a weird week for me with all the live stream issues and problems, but I'm hoping to get the show back on track next week. Yeah, yesterday was weird. Like I said, I got tunnel vision on a couple of things yesterday, and I wasn't able to join Kit's live stream. So, apologies to Kit for not being able to join. If you joined the live stream hoping to get a glimpse of Arrakis on Kit's stream, my bad. I definitely, my day was so messed up yesterday, so apologies for that as well. But we'll definitely get the show back on track next week, so I hope you guys will join me for that. Again, Rant About Tech, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whatever. We talk about tech news, talk about eInk news, talk about random life stuff, and we talk about random stuff that you guys want to talk about. We will, for CJ, we will bring up the new Palma launch. I will cover the new Palma launch. I wasn't going to think about doing it because it was just in China, but since people are interested in it, I will unearth some information on those devices today and over the weekend and bring those to you guys next week. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the show. Thanks to all the chat members. We got Christina Ray. We got CJ, Aaron, Dr. Ling. We also got, did we say Aaron already? I think we already said Aaron. I think we already did Aaron. We did. Yep, we got a BM. Thanks for joining. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining the show. I will see you all next week. Have a great weekend. And until then, take care.